Right now in June 2026, the Netherlands CV90 is shattering all conventional doctrines of mechanized warfare. Inside the cutting-edge production lines of Van Halteren Technologies, the first batch of newly minted, Dutch-built CV90 Mk4 armored monsters are rolling off the assembly line, headed straight for the front lines of Ukraine. This deployment unfolds at a critical juncture as traditional Soviet-era armor stockpiles are entirely exhausted, leaving frontline battalions exposed and defenseless against cheap swarms of enemy first-person view drones. For military strategists, a terrifying calculation has emerged. A $10 million infantry fighting vehicle can now be rendered completely useless by a $500 commercial drone. This catastrophic cost-performance gap has left Ukrainian mechanized units in an incredibly vulnerable position, forcing leading global defense analysts to argue that, on paper, their only tactical salvation would be an entirely new breed of smart armor. Will the heavily upgraded Dutch-built CV90 Mk4 with its highly advanced Iron Fist active protection system successfully neutralize this threat? Or will this $11 million masterpiece of Western engineering become just another high-tech casualty in a brutal war of attrition? The answers lie within the specific electronic warfare and physical defensive suites integrated into this 2026 production run. Before we go on, do you think high-tech armor can survive the modern drone storm? Subscribe now to follow this deep defense analysis and tell me where you are watching from. To understand why the strategic bottleneck reached a breaking point in mid-2026, we must look at the structural collapse of European defense supply chains. For over 3 years, Ukraine has relied heavily on donated vehicles like the American M2 Bradley, but recent data confirms these storage depots are rapidly approaching physical limits. More importantly, early-generation armor variants possess a critical technical vulnerability. Standard explosive reactive armor and steel plating are completely exposed when targeted by modern dual-stage tandem warheads and thermal tracking munitions. This left frontline units defenseless against precision loitering attacks. Compounding this tactical crisis, the original production line for the Combat Vehicle 90 series at BAE Systems Hägglunds in Sweden became severely congested. With fresh procurement contracts signed by the Czech Republic, Slovakia, and various Baltic states, the backlog pushed delivery dates as far back as 2025. Under these conditions, the Defense Ministry of the Netherlands recognized a critical reality. Leading global defense analysts argue that, on paper, waiting for external manufacturers would mean letting frontline mechanization crumble. To bypass this industrial choke point, the Dutch government deployed an aggressive €400 million financial package to transfer highly complex manufacturing blueprints directly to Van Halteren Technologies. This historic agreement effectively transformed domestic facilities into an independent production hub for the highly advanced CV90 Mk4. By doing so, they eliminated the reliance on strained Scandinavian assembly lines, ensuring a steady stream of heavily protected infantry fighting vehicles could enter the theater immediately. Without this rapid industrial pivot, any hope of maintaining operational mobility would be lost under a massive wave of global supply chain delays. This domestic manufacturing pivot directly yields the CV90 Mk4, a platform that defense experts consider the most capable infantry fighting vehicle currently entering active theater. The primary tactical evolution of this specific model centers around its highly integrated defense suite, designed to completely neutralize advanced electronic and aerial threats. At the heart of its survival capability is the Iron Fist active protection system. This advanced technological suite utilizes distributed radar arrays to scan a full 360 degrees around the vehicle. Upon detecting an incoming first-person view drone or a guided anti-tank missile, the automated system calculates the trajectory within milliseconds and launches an explosive interceptor charge. This creates a defensive blast radius that neutralizes the threat at a safe distance of 15 meters before it can ever impact the main armor plating. Offensively, the vehicle delivers overwhelming lethality through its digital D-series turret, which mounts a heavy Bushmaster 3 35mm automatic cannon. This main gun utilizes programmable kinetic energy time-fused ammunition, allowing the crew to detonate shells precisely over enemy trench networks or drone launch teams at a combat range exceeding 3 kilometers. Despite weighing 37 metric tons to accommodate these heavy systems, the vehicle maintains elite tactical mobility. It is powered by a new Scania engine generating 1,000 horsepower, coupled with an advanced rubber track system instead of traditional steel. This engineering choice reduces physical ground vibration, cuts noise levels by 50%, and drastically minimizes the thermal signature visible to reconnaissance satellites. In the coming 3 to 6 months, as these initial platforms deploy with elite forward units, their unique combination of active defense and multi-spectral stealth will redefine armored maneuvers in highly contested zones. The arrival of these highly advanced platforms in late 2026 brings a fundamental doctrinal debate to the forefront of modern military science. On one hand, proponents of high technology argue that platforms like the CV90 Mk4 are absolutely essential because protecting elite-trained crews and maintaining combat longevity is the only sustainable path to victory. On the other hand, traditional material strategists argue that in a massive war of attrition, raw numbers and simplified logistics are what ultimately determine the outcome. They point out that a complex $11 million infantry fighting vehicle remains vulnerable to field maintenance errors, electronic component shortages, and extreme soil conditions, which can leave a high-tech asset immobilized just as easily as an inexpensive legacy system. This conflict forces defense ministries worldwide to confront a difficult reality. The true lesson of the Dutch Industrial Initiative is that modern deterrence now requires a country to not only possess advanced technology, but also to build an independent, resilient domestic supply chain capable of continuous production. As the geopolitical landscape grows increasingly volatile, nations can no longer rely purely on foreign storage depots or overextended international assembly lines. Ultimately, this deployment proves that industrial self-reliance is just as critical as the weapons themselves. If you were a defense planner mapping out the future of mechanized warfare, would you invest your limited national budget into a smaller fleet of these ultra-advanced, highly protected masterworks? Or would you focus entirely on mass-producing thousands of cheaper, simpler combat vehicles? Let me know your tactical perspective in the comments section below. Hit that like button if you found this deep dive valuable, and subscribe to stay updated on our next defense analysis.